Hey everybody, ABC 10 meteorologist Brendan Menchef here with a winter storm update, not only for this weekend, but for the big storm that arrives on Monday. We'll run you through the whole thing, but first, I want to show you the calendar for January because it has rained every day so far this year, albeit there's only been 6 full days in the year so far. But still, the point stands. It's rained every day so far in 2023. Just a trace amount, so less than 1/100th of an inch recorded at Sacramento Executive Airport on January 1st. Still counts as technically we did see some raindrops. Then we saw some more rain on Monday, not a whole lot on Tuesday, almost an inch of rain on Thursday at Sac Exec, and again, just a few drops, 1/100th of an inch on Friday. But this streak will not be broken on Saturday. Likely won't happen on Sunday either. And with a lot more rain Monday and Tuesday to come, well, let's just say I expect a lot more green boxes up here on this map before we are all said and done with our rainy streak to start 2023. Looking at the Pacific satellite, you can see this storm, and that's the one that's going to impact us this weekend. It's kind of swirling up off the coast here, but we got all this rain and snow as well in this band of the storm, and it's working its way through Northern California right now. But looking further out over the Pacific at this little guy here right now swirling, well, by the time this little guy gets here on Monday, it's going to be a much stronger storm. It's going to tap into all the atmospheric moisture, the atmospheric river. You can kind of see it here. It's going to link up with that and push it all into Northern California. We'll break that down more detailed in this weather hit there, but I just want to start with that because it's a pretty picture up there from space. For Saturday, highs only in the middle 50s in the Sacramento Valley, a little warmer in the San Joaquin Valley, about 57 Stockton, 57 in Modesto, 55 in Elk Grove, 55 in Sacramento on Saturday, 57 in Roseville, 55 in Auburn, 30s up in the High Sierra, again with that chance of snow. Let's start with the wind. Wind advisory kicks in at 1 p.m. on Saturday, runs until 1 p.m. on Sunday. Strong winds, sustained winds 25 to 35 miles an hour for much of the duration of this advisory, gusting 40 to 50 miles per hour, especially late in the evening on Saturday, all the way through about 6, 7, 8 a.m. on Sunday morning. That's where we're going to see those strongest wind gusts. So before we see those wind gusts, it's a good time to bring in or secure outside objects. Anything you think you might anything that you think might blow away, go ahead and either bring it in or somehow secure it, strap it down, make sure it won't blow away. Better to be safe than sorry there. I mean, we're talking strong winds, and that does mean yet again some power outages are possible. And if a tree falls down on a line or maybe just a branch, still some power outages is possible. So let's take a look at those wind gusts that we do expect to see. This is Saturday evening at 5 p.m. Starting to see those winds pick up now, gusting at about 25 miles per hour, but still the strongest stuff through the late evening and overnight hours, Saturday into Sunday. This is Sunday at 2 o'clock in the morning, and you see those wind gusts now about 50 miles per hour through the Central Valley. That is some strong wind, and again, that is that power outage causing wind that we've seen with the last few storms. So this is serious wind coming in yet again. That's why there's that wind advisory, and that continues through about Sunday morning. This is Sunday morning at 7 a.m. Now you see not quite at 50 miles an hour, but still gusting over 30, close to 40 miles per hour through Stockton, Elk Grove, Sacramento, and up towards Marysville and Oroville. So some strong wind incoming. Better to prepare for that now. It's not until we get towards Sunday afternoon that we start to see those winds finally die down. But they'll be picking up again with the next storm that arrives on Monday. As we look at Futurecast for Saturday, you notice through the morning hours, relatively spotty showers, really not much in terms of rainfall until we get later into the afternoon. Now, this is 3 p.m. on Saturday, starting to see some more widespread showers and then increasing in coverage and intensity as we work through the evening hours. This is 8 p.m. Saturday, and now you see some of those oranges and reds appearing on the map. That's that heavier rain that will be making its way through. Again, overnight tonight is when that heaviest rainfall will happen. So the strongest wind, heaviest rain will happen while you're sleeping. I mean, unless you intend to be up around 1 or 2 in the morning, yeah, it's going to happen while you're sleeping. So you see that snow also, snow levels down to about 4,500, 5,000 feet or so, winter storm warning in effect there. This will clear out by the time we get towards Sunday morning. So by 7 a.m. or so, even though the wind's still gusting, winds will be on the decline at this point. And the showers still lingering, but a lot more spotty, a lot more scattered. And then Sunday dries out. So Sunday at 2 p.m., the winds finally died down. The showers and the snow, for the most part, come to an end Sunday afternoon, but the clouds do linger. Very, very brief pause, though, between storms. So that was that first storm that was moving through this weekend. Then by the time we get to late Sunday night, now we see the next storm arrive in the area by pushing in all that rain. This is 11 p.m. Sunday. This is the first bands of the heavier system. You can see by the time we get towards the morning commute hours on Monday, that's some heavy rain right now for Monday morning, and likely continues throughout much of the daytime on Monday before starting to taper off once we get towards Monday evening and towards Monday overnight into Tuesday. So I talked a minute ago about how that second system, that low pressure, is going to link up with the atmospheric river. You see that here. As this low pressure tracks towards California, it links up with that moisture. And then because of the rotation of the low, you see that there, it's going to push that moisture into Northern California, shove it up against the Sierra. And when that flow hits the mountains just right at a perpendicular or about a 90-degree angle, that's kind of that maximum rainfall event that we can see, where it really just wrings out the atmosphere like a wet towel, and it dumps all that rain all over Northern California. And usually when it comes in at that angle, it's a warmer system as well, with warmer air, which means higher snow levels, more flooding impacts. So in terms of rainfall totals through the weekend, looking anywhere about half an inch in the valley to a whole inch in the valley. So relatively minor amounts through the weekend. The big storm on Monday, though, will bring our rainfall totals up towards and above 3 inches across much of the valley. This is the American model, the Global Forecast System, the GFS, the European model. The other main source of weather information, the other main weather model, is bringing those totals closer to 4 and 5 inches. So anywhere between 3 and 5 inches likely in the valley in terms of total rainfall by the time we get to Tuesday evening. And with numbers like that you see behind me, it's no wonder why we are worried about flooding yet again across Northern California. Winter storm warning from now until 4 a.m. on Tuesday for heavy snow, 1 to 3 feet expected. 55-mile-an-hour wind gusts will create whiteout conditions and difficult travel. In terms of snow totals, you see that there. Again, that 1 to 3 foot range is expected, with some locally higher amounts such as Kirkwood, Bear Valley, closer to 40 inches. But still, it is going to be tough travel up there because of that wind as well. It's not just the snow, but also the wind. And you can see there's good agreement in the data there that we're seeing that 1 to 3 foot range. Here's the deal, though. Through the weekend, that snow level today and tomorrow is going to stay right around 5,000 feet for both I-80 and US 50. That's today, that's tomorrow, that's Sunday. You can see that snow level really doesn't change all that much. Through the daytime on Sunday, once we get into the afternoon and evening hours, that snow level will gradually be rising. And then by Monday morning, that snow level, I do expect it to be pretty high, actually above pass level, right around 7,500 feet or so. So Echo Summit, even Donner Summit, these two highest passes on 80 and 50 could be seeing rain for that Monday morning commute, which means even more runoff that'll be working its way into the valley, leading to even more flooding concerns. So flood watch from Saturday evening until Wednesday evening. Excessive runoff, flooding of rivers, creeks, streams, low-lying areas, ponding on roadways and parking lots. It's really the same story that we've been preaching since about December 30th, December 31st. Big storm with a lot of rain and not as much snow means even more runoff into the valley, which means rivers will be running even higher and faster as well. And of course, this is what, the third or fourth storm in a row that we've had, so it's no wonder why. The radar this morning still not here yet, but it is coming, I promise. And by Monday, we are looking at quite a bit of rainfall. The excessive rainfall outlook from the National Forecast Center has us in a level 3 moderate risk. This includes Modesto, Stockton, Sacramento, all the way out to San Francisco, the entire Bay Area, even up in towards the foothills in the Sierra as well. Looking at that level 3 moderate risk for excessive rainfall. That means flash flooding is likely in some areas because of how much rainfall we are going to see. Taking a look at the Sacramento River at I Street this morning, Saturday morning, about 25.5 feet, but look how it's expected to rise, expected to crest right now at about 32 feet. That would be a record, the record here at 30.7. Okay, I want to talk just a second about this. So the Sacramento Weir typically will be opened when it crosses into that monitor stage, which is 27.5 feet. So if the Department of Water Resources and the National Weather Service decide to open the Weir, likely not going to see quite as much, quite as high of a crest on the water here, as more of that will be able to kind of bypass the downtown area. But that's something we'll keep an eye on because it is expected to crest on Monday. So I just want to say, not necessarily going to flood from the Sacramento River, but it's going to be running high. It's going to be running fast, as will all rivers across Northern California. So no matter where you are, we've talked a lot about flooding. Here's how you can prepare for a flood. Some bottled water, non-perishable food. This could be like protein bars, snack bars, canned food, anything that's not going to go bad, things you can keep for a while, for several days, a week or more, to help get you through an evacuation, or if you're stuck at home for a while, can't go anywhere, your road is flooded out, you'll be okay, you got food. Bottled water can be bottled water you buy from the store, or you can fill up some travel cups. You can fill up anything else you can have that can hold water, as long as it'll stay clean and safe for drinking. So it doesn't, again, have to go be plastic bottled water you go buy from a store. It could be reusable bottles that you use on an everyday basis. Just make sure you have plenty of it. Batteries, you're going to want a lot of those for things like flashlights, anything else that you might need to charge with, anything you might need batteries for. Always a good idea to have those. First aid kit as well, Band-Aids, bandages, you're going to want Neosporin, things like that. Things you can help take care of at home without having to rush off. Again, if you're stuck somewhere, maybe you're stuck in your house or you have to evacuate, it's good to have that with you. You don't want to be looking for it. Even if it's just a minor scrape, you want to make sure you have the stuff you need for that. Important documents, insurance papers, if they are physical, that's a big one. Make sure you have those with you and put them in a Ziploc bag so that they stay dry, even if it gets rained on, or maybe you drop it in some water. If it's in a Ziploc bag, it's waterproof. You don't have to worry about it. Other things, obviously, driver's license. Hopefully you already have that in your wallet anyway. But Social Security cards, passports, any kind of important document that you think you might need, bring it with you. Better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. Fill up your car with gas or charge it all the way. This way you can evacuate, and you don't have to worry about your vehicle having enough juice to get where you're going. You'll be just fine. And then things for kids and pets too. Pet food, maybe some pet toys, maybe a pet bed. This is stressful on everybody, so make sure if kids have a favorite toy, a favorite stuffed animal, same deal with pets, that you bring those with you if you do have to evacuate. So this is great for preparing for a flood, but also the first few things on this list are also good for power outages, which we might see with this storm. So things like a flashlight, just put it on your nightstand before you go to bed tonight. Simple as that. If you get up and you have to use the restroom in the middle of the night, there's no power, at least you have a flashlight you can see. Batteries for that flashlight, always good to have a first aid kit, even in pleasant weather. And then non-perishable food and bottled water. If your stove doesn't work, if your microwave doesn't work, no power, you'll still be able to eat some things in bottled water. If you can't get it out of the fridge, right, in normal times with power, then you can still grab that bottled water and you'll have it. You don't have to worry about it. So these first four things, great for both flood and for power outages. For flooding, definitely make sure you got those important documents, you fill up and you charge your vehicle, and you got things for kids and pets. I do want to say, though, real quick, that this rain has been beneficial towards the drought. A lot of people have been talking about this, asking about it. So comparing last week's drought monitor, December 27th, that week, you see the exceptional drought in that dark red color, 7% of the state. It is totally gone with this week's drought monitor, January 3rd. We've made improvements, still a long way to go, and we need more rain, but man, we don't need it all at once like this. This just causes flooding. We want to have that time in between storms so that the rivers can go back down, the lakes can recede, and we can really store that water. We don't have to worry about it all running off like it is right now. When it happens back to back to back to back like this, it just creates problems, and that's unfortunate. Taking a look at the next 10 days, still a lot of rain icons to come. I know it's going to be raining off and on this weekend, but use this weekend to prepare for the big storm that arrives Monday. Go get your sandbags if you need them. Don't wait. There's lots of locations all across the valley that are open for sandbags right now. You can go get your sand, go get your bags. Do it this weekend before the big storm arrives on Monday. And then looking ahead at the rest of the next 10 days, still a lot of rain icons left, more rain to come. I don't see an end just yet, so hang in there. We'll get through this together. Be sure to stay with ABC 10 for the very latest news and weather.